Everything up, and we're jumping into the game right now at the 1 o'clock position. Once again, Catalina. Of course, the maps are fixed. The starting maps for each round are fixed. So once again, Catalina. The 1 o'clock position is our Zerg player, ProSaladToss. So he's not actually a toss, but he tosses them like salad in a professional manner.
Yes, he does. And his opponent is going to be Epikfaal. Epikfaal. Let's see if he fails epically or if he epically succeeds in this matchup. And he's playing the green ProSaladToss at the 9 o'clock spawn position.
He has made it very far in previous qualifiers. So judging on previous results, I would give the I would favor Epikfaal to advance from this matchup. But you know, you never know. Maybe PvZ is not his strong point, or maybe ProSaladToss is a lot stronger than I have gathered from previous results. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Regarding the spawn positions on this map, I actually have to say that these are looking favorable for the Zerg player.
Right.
Because
yeah, right.
If you take a look at the base progression you're going to be taking, this is going to be your natural base, and then ideally you want to take this base as your third, because it's quite easy to get your creep over there. It's on the high ground, it's easy to defend, or way easier than the pocket expansion over here. So, you know, if he were, for example, to spawn at the 6 o'clock, that would be slightly less favorable, because he would have to take the further away expansion. But this way, he's actually expanding away from his opponent, and he can take this one as his fourth. So, good spawn positions, I think, for the Zerg player, and he did scout his opponent on the first try. He knows this is not a forge opening, so he just goes ahead and opens with a hatch first, followed by a pool.
Alright, explain to me how he knows based on that one pylon that it's not a forge open. Oh, of course, then it would have been on the low ground.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Most likely.
Cool. So it is a gateway into Cybernetics core, and then most likely, I don't know, what, an expansion, or do you think it's going to be a
probably an expansion? Yes.
Okay.
Generally, if you don't see the ProSaladToss with a second gas, when the gateway is finishing or shortly after the Cybernetics core. Generally, it's going to be an expansion build. If it's going to be a tech build, something like, I don't know, DT opening or something off of one base, which is really rare because it sets you so far behind economically compared to the Zerg player, then you would see the double assimilators way quicker.
Good call. This is very useful information, Belanoir. Thank you. This is, if people watching this wondering how to scout, that's easy. Just send one of your workers over there. Maybe it'll get harassed and you'll do some harassment. But the actual scouting, that's the easy part. The hard part is reacting to it in proper manner. And of course that means interpreting what you're seeing. And if you're not sure as to how to do that, then in fact you might as well not be scouting. Because if you're not going to respond properly, then your scouting is actually useless. So responding to scouts and what you've just been talking about, seeing, well, if he builds a pylon on the high ground, or if he builds only one gas, then he's probably going to do this or that. Those are very important elements to learn about if you want to react properly to what you're seeing if you're scouting.
Exactly, they are. And we can see that there hasn't been a second gas, as we have a pause. There hasn't been a second gas taken by Epikfaal, so he's going to place down multiple gateways, and this is likely going to be a 3-gate or maybe even a 4-gate pressure. And because the gateways are put down approximately when the warp gate tech is almost 50% done, so if you continue chrono boosting that, the gateways should finish up at the same time as the warp gate, and you can open those up. Now he could go for a 3-gate or a 4-gate attack, but since SaladToss did scout the opener, he went for a gas immediately after getting his expansion, so he's already getting link speed, and it has 40 seconds on the clock, so it's like 1.5 minutes before that is done.
All right.
So it's going to line up nicely, and if he saw the probe.
Yeah. He tried to lure the Zerglings away with his probe, but unfortunately they didn't fall for it the second time. The first time they did. But one of the probes gets in, scouts everything. And of course, having seen the front, this is what you'd expect behind it in the main base. But still...
And the biggest thing, SaladToss sees the lack of the second gas, so he knows there is probably going to be an attack.
Good call. Alright.
But at the same time, you know, Epikfaal, he cannot go for an attack because he thinks, well, I've been scouted. So... Because he should have a probe near the Zerg territory right now, putting down a pylon. He's moving out with the probe right now as the third goes down. But that warp-in will be too late, because the pylon should be just about finishing, or at least building, if he wants to go with this.
Yeah, when Gateway Research finishes and Wargate Research finishes, and that's in about 7 game seconds. So this pylon is a bit late, and also it gets scouted right away by an Overlord.
Wow, such a nice Overlord spread.
Quick question, by the way, to the chat, people listening to this in 2 minutes in the future. Can anyone tell me which clan ETL is? So ProSaladToss is with clan or team ETL. Don't know what they are. Of course, Epikfaal is with the team Double Dutch Dragons. There's also one other Double Dutch Dragon already qualified, Ichiroku. This is his teammate. But I don't know what ETL stands for, so chat, please let me know. As we see the warp-ins occur, by the way.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to go for it. And interestingly enough, the pylon has been scouted, but I don't see any unit production in the production tab for the Zerg player. He's got 10 larvae, and he's not supply blocked. He should be building massive amounts of Zerglings.
Yeah,
because otherwise he might take damage from this, and he might lose the third base if he lets that one finish.
Right. Yeah, maybe he was waiting for his Roach Warren, but he was producing some extra Zerglings before the Roach Warren finished. Now 4 Roaches joining them. He's just distracting the Zealots with a Queen. Good move, because this gives time for the units to pop out.
I think he's going to be just fine. Those Zealots are not going to bring that hatchery down, because the pylon, the reinforcing warping pylon, is too far away, and these Zerglings will be able to kill the Zealots before they kill the hatchery off, and then it's just the Mothership Core. But actually, the Mothership Core, he's not been focusing down the hatchery with the Zealots. I've seen games where this was defended and the hatchery was left with like 15 hit points, and the Mothership Core finished it off because the creep was not connecting the bases and there were no queens to defend. I've seen this happen, so... But as it is, the third base is defended, and we have a Spire going down for the Zerg player. So he might be getting ready for a Mutalisk switch later on.
He is not... Oh, there we go. He wasn't mining gas in his main there, but now he is. And he's getting his 4th extractor as well. Not his 5th and his 6th, though, so not full-on Muta production in a little bit, but still, we might definitely see a couple of them. First units now arriving at the Protoss base. There isn't an awful lot there to defend, just a couple of Immortals, which are very good against these Roaches, of course. Together with the Force Fields, these 7 Roaches will probably get destroyed.
Beautiful force fields preventing the retreat, and he doesn't even lose the sentries. Look how he microed those 3 hurt ones back. I think we're going to see a follow-up, because 3 additional gateways are just about to finish. I don't see a War Prism just yet, so I don't know how he plans on reinforcing this. But
well, there's another pylon going up way at the top of the map, but it's even further away from his opponent's base as the previous one was. So not the best pylon to reinforce, but the probe might come forward and put down more pylons. Yes, there he is. Still a very conservatively placed pylon in terms of where it is on the map.
Yeah.
But there
there's
comes
the War Prism as well.
Right. All right. Cool. War Prisms, Immortals, Sentries, but a lot of Zerglings, and Zerglings are Immortals are not specifically well suited to fight against Zerglings.
Well, but with this. With this unit in there, the Sentry, the Immortals can actually, with the Sentries, they can actually take on this many Zerglings, because the Sentries will zone them out and also provide DPS versus the Zerglings that the Immortals are lacking because they fire so slowly. And now he's just going to bust the main ramp.
Yeah, and he could lock himself in with Force Fields and make sure that his opponent cannot reinforce from the 3rd. But now the Mutas come in, and it just forces a recall.
Yeah, the Mothership Core has been targeted down. Or was being targeted down by the Mutalisks.
Oops.
And he loses the War Prism as well.
No.
Oh, this is so bad, because he could have used this War Prism to warp into the main base of the Zerg player to buy some time for him to warp in more Stalkers. Now he can't do that, but at the same time, this is not that many Mutas. This is 10 Mutalisks we're talking about. There are no upgrades on either side in the game, so this is just going to be the matter of zoning out the Zerglings, and then the Stalkers can take care of the rest.
I think I like Epikfaal's move to just lots of Mutas just move commanded over the Protoss army. I think I like Epikfaal's move to just immediately recall, add some Stalkers, and then do a second push, which was better suited against the army that ProSaladToss had at the time. And of course, after this move with the Mutas, even more Mutas, taking that damage unnecessarily. I think this push is going to do a lot more damage, even though there's a counter harass with some Mutas planned, and there's nothing to defend here. This actually might cost a lot of probes their lives. This 3rd is definitely going to go down.
Yeah, and this might go into a base trade.
Or another recall, maybe.
Yeah, we have a recall available. That's true. So one base goes down, and he's actually confident that he can hold his natural base with a Stalker Warp in, because, as we said before, there's not that many Mutalisks. So he's just going to continue to try to plow through all those buildings, maybe knock out the natural base, knock out those evolution chambers. If things get too dicey, which I doubt they will, then he recalls back. But I think these mutas in the main base back home will be quite enough to defend this.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of probes have gone down, I think. Yeah, 25 have actually gone down, so that is definitely a lot. But the mutas are basically dead now, and there's still a sizable force of Protoss units waltzing up the natural ramp here. I think this is game definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. With this many Immortals, with that amount of force field energy on the sentries, the 4 Mutalisks are not going to do a whole lot.
Guys, we're destroying the entire base, just wait. Oh wait,
yeah,
no,
wait for us, give us time, give us a hand over here.
Lots of drones going down now.
Yeah. And I think this is just us waiting for the GG, because I sincerely doubt that the Protoss can lose the game at this point. His army supply is 56 to 14, and he's knocked out the majority of the hatches, so the Zerg player cannot even produce any units. Kind of interesting force fields. Thrown down.
Alright, cool.
There's the GG well
GG.
played.
I want to congratulate ProSaladToss as well for once again showing up for the qualifiers. Amazing that you keep playing. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, that was the final chance for you to qualify, so no more ProSaladToss in our stream, unfortunately, for a little bit. But thanks again for playing, and congratulations to Epikfaal for advancing. Once again, this was again a best of 1, so this was only a round of 16. Epikfaal now advances to the round of 8.